All right, we are back with the Dortmund Career Mode. So there were a lot of comments on the last episode, a bunch of transfer suggestions, and I'm pretty sure I have added every single player that you guys have suggested. And this is a very big transfer shortlist. So a lot of them have to be scouted still. So we're gonna wait on scouting reports for a lot of these players. So what we decided pretty much is we are not gonna sell Jadon Sancho. We're gonna keep him for this season. The majority of you said to keep him, but I think we are gonna try and sell Thomas Delaney, even though I like him. In the FIFA 20 Dortmund series I did, he was actually a very good midfielder, but in this series we want to make some big signings, so that 30 million we get for him would be very useful. And then one other player we put on the transfer list is Schulz, because there was a comment saying that he's unhappy at Dortmund in real life right now. So we're going to try and sell him as well. So in terms of our formation, I think we're going to try something like this. We're also changing Chan to a CDM. So that should only take 2 weeks. And then I think we'll play something like this with 2 CDMs and then Royce at cam, left mid, right mid. It would either be something like this or it would be a 3-5-2. Those I think are the 2 formations that I want to use in this series, maybe. Because with this formation, Guerrero could play left mid, Sancho at right mid, Royce cam, same 2 CDMs, 1 more center back, and then if we bought a really good striker, we could play 2 up top with Holland. So I think those are the 2 formations that we're gonna mainly use in this series if it works out. But I feel like we definitely need a new right back, probably more so than a new center back, but we'll see after these scouting reports get back. All right, so perfect. Spurs come in for Delaney for 34.5 million. That is exactly what we want, and I still think we can get a little bit more for him. All right, so 38.5 for Thomas Delaney. It's a decent amount of money. He should accept that and he should go to Spurs, and then we can use that money to buy a new midfielder. All right, so first game of the season against Freiburg at home. We're not going to play this game. We're going to quick sim it. We're going to play the second game, which is against Borussia Mönchengladbach. So first team should still win this game at home versus a mid to low table team. This should be a win. So let's start this season off on a good note. A 1-0 win with Royce's goal. So it's pretty tight, but it's a win nonetheless. All right, so we're getting a lot of scouting reports, which is very good. And then a transfer offer for Schulz from Leicester for 19.5 million. And they accept 24 million for Schulz. All right, so that's a decent amount of money from these 2 players if they actually are sold. So we'll see if they accept those transfers. All right, so another just huge batch of scouting reports, and it looks like Schulz and Delaney have been sold, which is very good. All right, so let's take a look at this short list. 180 million now. We could do some damage with that amount of money. All right, so goalkeepers is not a top priority, but I do like Strakosha, and he's linked in real life. So if we could sign him, if we have the money, we will do that. All right, let's take a look at these right backs. João Cancelo, 89 million. Emerson, only 30 million, but he is 78 rated. Ricardo Pereira has transferred to Man City, so we're going to take him off. Mbabu, 79, 30 million. Wan-Bissaka, 74 million. Yusuf Atal, 25. Kappa would be 30 to 40. He actually looks pretty decent, even though he has 28. For 30 million, an 81 rated right back. He's got good speed, good technicals, so he looks almost like the best option. But there is another player that I am thinking about right back, and that is Conrad Lymer, who was suggested in the comments to play him at right back. He'd be 50 million, but looking at his stats, he looks like he would be a very good right back. Good speed, good defending, good dribbling. So I feel like Lymer and Kappa are probably the best 2 options. Cancelo would be pretty good, but he is 90 million. Like Reece James, Emerson, they're kind of just a little bit too low rated. Same with Mbabu. So Man City just signed Pereira, so I think we'll try to throw an offer at Cancelo, probably a swap deal to try and get him. So we'll see what Man City says. He'd probably be the best choice out of all these right backs in terms of overall. All right, so he's valued at 69 million. Who could we offer in a swap? All right, so not many players that we could offer in a swap that we want to get rid of. It looks like the main one could be Moinir, maybe lower that price tag, and maybe a Kanji or Zagadou. We'll try Moinir first, and then how about let's do Moinir plus 45 million. It's pretty low, but we'll see what Pep says to that. All right, he wants 121 million for Cancelo just straight up. That is almost double his evaluation. I think the only thing we can try and do other than that is maybe put in a Kanji instead. All right, a Kanji plus 45 million. And nope, still wants cash. We're not paying 120 million for Cancelo. That is just not happening. I think the most I'd offer is that. I don't want to pay that much for right back, to be honest. All right, it looks like Cancelo is not going to be joining Dortmund. That was just way too much money. So let's see how much Bilbao would want for Kappa. All right, let's try 28 million. 28 million. They want Witsel. Not giving up Witsel. Let's try 29 million. 29 million plus a 1% sell-on clause. I mean, we know we're not going to sell them. What if we try 27 plus like a 15%? How about 20% sell-on clause? Let's see if they accept that. All right, he accepts that. So 27.5 for an 81 rated right back. You know, I don't think that's a bad deal at all. I think the only player I would sign over him is maybe Lymer if we got a deal, but he would be more expensive. Let's see what Leipzig are saying. Yeah, this might need to be a swap deal. All right, let's try Moynier again. How about Moynier plus 31 million maybe? Is that too much? That's pretty much his evaluation. Let's try that. Let's see what Leipzig say to that. They want Witsel. I'm not giving up Witsel. Just not happening. All right, so they just don't want Moynier, I guess. The only other player is like a Kanji who I can offer pretty much. We'll try a Kanji because we are going to try to sign a new center back. So a Kanji or Zagadou would be expendable. I think I'd rather keep Zagadou because he's younger and he can grow more, I think. So what about a Kanji plus, I mean, that's 56 right there, evaluation. What a Kanji plus 25 maybe? Let's try that. A Kanji plus 25 million. A Kanji plus 27.9 million. All right, that's about 55 million total value. Probably what they'd want us to pay for him. Huh. I think that is not a bad deal. We're going to accept that. So pretty much the same price. The only difference is we're giving up a Kanji in Lymer's deal, but he probably would be the better right back. I wonder what his overall is at right back because currently he's a CDM. He has better defending than Kappa, so I feel like his rating might stay the same or go up as a right back. All right, I liked the idea of signing Kappa, but I think I'm more interested in playing Lymer at right back. He can grow. He's only 23, so he can grow more. I think it's interesting to try and see if he's a CDM, can play him at right back. I want to do that. So we're going to try to sign Conrad Lymer for the first signing in this little mini series. All right, 53,000 per week. Akanji is on his way to Leipzig, and then Conrad Lymer is on his way to Dortmund. All right, that is an interesting signing though. All right, so there he is. He looks like he'd be a beast right back. Hopefully it's not going to take too long to change him into a right back. And it takes 4 weeks. All right, 4 weeks is not bad. So we gave up Akanji, but we now have our starting right back. Moynier can be the backup. I'm fine with that. So now we definitely need a new starting center back. That is for sure. That was always known. So we have right back sorted. We need a new center back. I think we need a new box-to-box midfielder as well. Probably Neuhaus, because it seemed like you guys wanted us to sign him. And then maybe after Neuhaus, maybe we could start looking at wingers and a backup striker, I think. Well, I mean, now we actually need 2 center backs now. So we need like a first choice center back, like a beast, and then Zagadou we go on the bench, and then we need probably like a young, cheaper 4th choice center back. All right, so let's take a look at these center backs. I'm gonna take all the right backs off this short list. All right, so we're looking for like an 83 plus center back. I mean, Kunda doesn't look that bad, even though he still would be 60 million. Jimenez, Varane's actually 94 now because he's gone up. Laporte 133. That is probably way too expensive. Savage still 41. Diaz recently joined. Militao 54-ish. Klosterman 40-ish. I mean, isn't Klosterman more of a right back though than a center back? I mean, no, he looks like he could play both pretty much. He's 84 jumping. Pau Torres would be 40 million-ish. Jonathan Tah 30. Sergio Ramos was suggested. That would be a very funny transfer, but 34 years old, it still would be 50 million. Alaba was suggested, but I don't think we can even sign him because, oh, we could. I thought we wouldn't be able to because of Bayern Munich being our rivals, but so it looks like we can. And then there is Zakaria, who was suggested in the comments we buy him and make him a center back. Although it's a very popular choice. We signed him in our Barcelona series, so I'm kind of holding off. I'm thinking maybe we shouldn't sign him. Maybe we should go for someone different in this series, even though he is just a beast. He is one of my favorite players in FIFA. I kind of feel like Varane is kind of too expensive now, 94 million. I feel like Jimenez might be a very good option in terms of price. Laporte is too expensive, so we're going to take him off. And then Ruben Diaz, we can't sign him either because of recently joined. Sergio Ramos, 50 million. I mean, should we sign Sergio Ramos? Can you imagine Sergio Ramos at Dortmund? I mean, it would be some weird reality where like he just fell out with Real Madrid. Real Madrid wanted to move on. If there was a series on this channel where we would sign sign unrealistic players, it would be in this series. So for a 1-season career mode, 50 million for an 88 rated center back doesn't sound like the worst. I think Kunda is a little bit in the middle of what I want. He's kind of too low rated. So Jimenez, Ramos, Varane, or Savage. I think I would rather have Jimenez over Savage though. All right, we're gonna throw an offer at Sergio Ramos just to see what Real Madrid would want for him. If we could get him for his value, that would be amazing. Let's try 43, see what Real Madrid say to that. He is 34 years old. They want Royce. I'm not giving up Royce. Everyone wants swap deals. I'm not doing a swap deal. How about 40? Let's do 47. 47.5. 66. Okay, I'm not paying 66 for a 34-year-old. Let's try 50. One final chance. Nope. All right. So I offered 57.5 and Zidane accepts that. 57.5. 88 rated. He is probably going down in overall. All right. That is something to think about. All right, let's see what Atletico Madrid would want for Jimenez. Let's start with maybe 63 million. They want 92.3. 75 plus a 25% sell-on clause. How about 70? How about just 70? See what they say to that. 92. They want a lot. 92. I mean, he's a good center back. He's got good potential, but I don't know if I want to spend that much. 77 maybe? Will they accept 77? Nope. They are sticking with 92. How about 80 million plus 20%? All right, they accept that. 80 million for Jimenez. Oh, that's just a lot of money. That would leave us with probably around 80 to 70. So with Ramos, we would save like a good 30 million, but the difference is age, but Ramos is rated higher and this is a 1-season career mode. So, I am not sure who we should go after. Man, that is a tough one. I have no idea who we should sign. Ramos would be completely unrealistic. Jimenez would be 80 million. Plus Ramos's wage would be a lot more than Jimenez. Like, should we just go after someone cheaper to save money? Like, is getting Jimenez or Ramos that important? Like, I'm not sure. Like, Jonathan Tah would be 30 million, even though he's 79 rated. Pau Torres would be 40 million. Let's see how much Villarreal would want for Pau Torres. Let's try 35 million. They want Royce. All these teams want swap deals. Let's try 38.9. All right, they want 50. What about 43.5? All right, they accept 43.5. So for like 15 more million, we can get Sergio Ramos instead of Pau Torres, but there's an 11-year age difference. All right, I think we're just gonna go after Jimenez. Ramos would be so just unrealistic. Pau Torres, I mean, just wouldn't be that much better than Zagadou. Jimenez seems like the best option on this list, so we're gonna try to sign him up. All right, so Jimenez is signed up. That was a lot of money, but that was probably the position we needed the most. So Zagadou will be first off the bench, and then Jimenez will be our first choice center back. Emre Can could always slot in at center back as well if we need like a fourth choice. So we have a new right back, we have a new center back, and we've spent a big chunk of our money. All right, so there are a bunch of players on this short list that have recently joined, like Saka, so we're gonna take a lot of these guys off. Angel Correa is transferred, Berardi is transferred. So many of these guys have just transferred. Kimi recently joined. All right, so Neuhaus would be like the rest of our money. Why does he have to be so expensive? Because I feel like we need another box-to-box, and then we need a backup striker and a winger, and like we are quickly running out of funds. And then Malen has joined Arsenal. I didn't even see that. They didn't even give me a notification for that. So Malen is out of the question because Arsenal have snapped him up. So we're gonna take him off. That is very, very annoying. And then players like Szoboszlai is recently joined. Dembele is out on loan. All right, so Neuhaus looks like our only midfielder option on this list currently. And then backup strikers. Martinez recently joined. Just joined Liverpool. There's Origi, Jimenez, Inaki Williams, Timothy Weah, and then Isak. Timothy Weah would be so cheap. And some of you guys said that he is completely OP in this game. I've never used him. He's quick. He's got decent finishing, decent ball control dribbling. I would not mind him being the backup striker, especially for 6 million. Raul Jimenez will be 52. Why is he? Some of these players are like kind of way too expensive. I guess that's how much he's valued in real life though. He's a really good striker. Isak would only be 40 million, even though it's just a lot of our money. That's a lot of our money. And I do feel like we need some wingers still too. All right, you know what? Because he's so cheap, we're going to sign Timothy Weah. We're going to try to sign him because for 8 million to have a backup striker who looks pretty good. I'm surprised he's only worth 6 million. We're going to try to sign him up. All right, so for 6.7 million, we have signed Timothy Weah up. All right, so he's the same overall as Rainier, but he's more of a striker. Rainier's finishing is only 68. So Weah will take on the bench only for 6 million. I think that was worth it. So we have Reyna and Bellingham who can both play out wide. Brandt to play as an attacking midfielder slash kind of box to box if we need him to. All right, let's see how much money Borussia Mönchengladbach would want for Neuhaus. Man, I really wish we had more money to work with because it feels like we have run out of money very quickly. All right, they're gonna want a lot of money here. He's valued at 50. Let's try this, and then we could just bump on a 25% sell-on clause. And they want Royce. No, I'm not giving up Royce. All right, they want 86. We cannot even afford that. I think for the time being, Neuhaus is just going to be way too expensive for us, and then they accept 70 million. All right, 70 million for an 82 rated midfielder. I do not want to spend that money like that right now. I don't think. If he was higher rated than 82, I think it would be more worth it. But all right, so I think we're going to pivot away from Neuhaus. I think he's just way too expensive right now, but I've added more midfielders to this short list. So Wijnaldum still 60 million, Tielemans 60 million. Jorginho would be 51 million. I'm kind of looking for more cheaper than that, even though Gundogan is still 60 million. I thought maybe we can bring back Gundogan, but still 60 million. Andre Gomez would be only 22 million. That is more so in our price range. So I think Andre Gomez looks like the best option here, to be honest. Let's see how much Everton would want for him. Let's try 23 for Gomes. They want Royce. Everyone wants Royce. No. 25. They want 29. Like, we're not looking for a starter midfielder, I don't think. 27.4 for a guy that's going to be on the bench. Doesn't sound like too bad of an option. All right, so I threw an offer at Liverpool for Wijnaldum, but he would still be 61.2 million. And that would just be so much of our money. If we had more money, this would be perfect, but the fact that our money is so low is making this so much more difficult because we still need like a fourth choice center back. We need a backup left back as well, and then we still probably need at least one winger. So I think Gomez is the better option here, so we're gonna sign him up. All right, there's Gomez. He kind of looks like he's meant to be in a Dortmund kit, but we'll put him on a development plan. Man, this just feels scuffed. Like, we need more money, but this seems like it might be towards the best what we're going to be able to do. I mean, Dortmund don't have the most money to start with, so it's not like we had PSG money. All right, so this is how the team is looking. We need a fourth. I mean, do we need a fourth choice center back with Chan? Maybe not, but Guerrero is our only left back. Moinier has 4-star weak foot, so we can maybe play left back, but I do feel like we need a cheap left back just for cover, and then definitely like a winger. We have no wingers. We need a winger. All right, that was a lot of transfer business. That was a lot. So I think we're going to play this game against Borussia Mönchengladbach. All these contract negotiations. Well, we're going to play this game, and then after that, we'll finish the transfer window, and then we'll see what to do after that. All right, so let's get some gameplay in this episode. I don't actually know how many games we'll play in this episode. It could be just one because I've already been recording for an hour or so. Kind of running out of time, but we're going to see what we can do in our first actual league game of this season. There is Jimenez making his debut for Dortmund. He was very expensive, but I think it'll be worth it. I think our defense needed a really good center back to pair alongside Hummels, and he's gonna grow too. He's gonna grow, so I think even though it was expensive, it will be worth it. Let's see what we can do in our first Bundesliga game. We won our first game in a sim game. Let's see how we can do in the first played game. All right, Witzel into Marco Reus. Can try and flip that to Thorgan Hazard. That's a very good ball. Can't really cross it in, but we're still gonna stay with this. No, we're not. Yeah, I think I'm gonna like having two CDMs more. Good ball into Haaland. Can try and chip him. Hits the post. That would have been quite the goal. Oh, that would have been beautiful. Oh, that's a good ball to Playa. I don't even know how that happened. How did that ball get through our defense that easily? All right, Borussia Mönchengladbach strike first. They're 1-0 up. Where did this... I guess it's just a pass, and Witzel, I could not get to him quick enough. All right, they go up 1-0. 20th minute. Might be a tough game. That is another good through ball, and I just can't catch up, and they score 2. This is not what we wanted in our first league game, actual played league game. It's just another through ball. We are going to change tactics up a little bit. We are going to tighten up at the back. We're going to go to balanced offensive style, see if that helps us. 25 minutes in, we are 2-0 down. We need a goal here really quick to get back in this game, and then Gladbach are just playing so well in this game. Much better than I was expecting. All right, Witzel steals that up to Jadon Sancho. See if we can use our pace here. We need a goal in this half. This will be perfect. Haaland, I think he's onside, and Haaland scores, and we get one back in this game. All right, we needed that so badly. The main man of the series delivers. This was like a perfectly timed pass. I thought he was offside. All right, pretty much it is halftime. So 2-1. That goal should give us some momentum going into the second half. All right, we're playing a bit better in the second half. Just can't really create a clear chance. Is a good ball into good block. Hummels, please get this out. Just get it out. We're not messing around with it. Haaland could win that. It looks like he does. This is a decent chance again for Gladbach. Jimenez. Good block, a very important block. Yeah, something is just like still not clicking enough with this team. Haaland plays that to Royce though. Oh, I tried to get it to someone that completely just messed up. Still have a chance there. Haaland puts that in. That came out of nothing. That is how good Haaland is. That felt like a chance I completely ruined, but we still sneak this ball into the back of the net and tie this game up. All right, that is a big relief. Reina is on for Hazard, and then Brandt is on for Witzel. But now that we scored, I think we move Brandt, Cam, and then bring on Gomez. That is what we'll do last 10 minutes. Try and get a winner in this game. This game has been so difficult for us, but we have tied it up. All right, we might get one chance here. One very small chance. Play that to Haaland. Play that ball to Sancho. That is a very good ball. Gonna stop with this. Try and play that to Gomez. That was a very risky pass. Chan into... Oh, that pass to Haaland was so bad. What was that? That might be it. I think it will. Yeah, it'll probably be it. All right, and that's going to be full time. So that was a very tough game, but at least we did not lose. From how bad we were playing, we should have lost this game. But Haaland, with his individual just quality, got us the equalizer. So it's not the worst result. It could have been a lot worse. All right, Emre Can into a CDM. Now he is 84 rated. You guys said that his overall would go up. Now he is 84 rated. That is a good suggestion from the comments. All right, Wolves want Zagadou. I think the only way we sell him is if we get a ridiculous amount for him. Like I would want probably like 62 for him. See what they say, it is 62 million, 45. I think that is just not gonna be enough. Like 58.5 is my final offer, and they walk away. Yeah, that's the only way I'd sell him if we got like a ridiculous amount of money for him. All right, so we are near transfer deadline day. About 45 million to work with. Feel like we need a winger and a left back. Now, Danny Rose, 30, 76 overall would not be a big signing, but for that cheap, would not be that bad for a backup left back. Now, I wanted Cody Gakpo as a left winger, but PSV just don't want to sell him to us, which is unfortunate because he would be perfectly in our price range. So, I mean, we could sign Koulibaly. He's linked in real life and he would be pretty cheap just for some like pace somewhere in this team at a wing spot, because we are very thin on wingers. All right, so we're gonna try to loan in Danny Rose, see if he accepts it. We've already agreed with Spurs, and then we're also gonna try to loan in Tuanzebe from United. So those would be two decent pickups on loan for backup. So that would sort out the defense in terms of backups. So I feel like we need a winger. Cannot sign Gakpo. Players like Son are just way too expensive. Guedes, 46. Koulibaly still would be pretty cheap. He looks like a pretty good option. Rodrigo, if we wanted to sign like a new starting winger, maybe it could be Rodrigo or a player like someone down below here. Pulisic could come back to Dortmund, even though he'd be pretty expensive. Asensio, even though some of these players are either low rated or the same as Hazard. So I'm not sure, but I think I do want to sign Koulibaly up for the season. So let's sign him up. He'd be pretty cheap. All right, Koulibaly is signed up for only 3.7 million, and he's going to be 70 rated soon. So that is not a bad deal just for some extra wing players. So we have 40 million. I want to see if Tuanzebe and Danny Rose accept. So right before deadline day, we're going to sim this game with Stuttgart, hoping for a win here after drawing the last game. And it's a 2-0 win. Royce scoring once and then Emre Can scoring the other. All right, so I want to see if they accept their loan offers. All right, Tuanzebe loaned in and Danny Rose loaned in. That sorts out our defensive backup issues. We're not selling Royce, so that helps. So Tuanzebe can also play right back, so that is good to know. But okay, so we have backup. Now, I feel like the one hole in this team is a pretty decent winger. All right, so Wamangi Tuka would be probably the budget option for a wide player. The players probably close in our price range are like Guedes, maybe Pulisic, maybe, I don't know, these guys still seem pretty expensive. Let's see how much Valencia would want for Guedes. All right, they want 69 million for Guedes. We just don't have the money for that at all, or the players to swap for it, pretty much. Yeah, we just don't have enough money to make some big moves, unfortunately. Yeah, so we're just gonna end that negotiation. Womangi Tuka might be our best option, to be honest. I would sign Mason Greenwood, but it's so unrealistic, like way unrealistic. All right, so I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna try to sign Womangi Tuka and then save the rest of the money for January, where we can try and decide what to do, because we just don't have enough money to do a lot of the signings that we want right now, pretty much. But we do need another wide player, another winger, so we're gonna try to sign him up. All right, well, Womangi Tuka is signed up for 17.5 million. I think we're getting Diallo in on loan from Man United, that new youngster they signed, which his wage is only like 3,000, so that could be another winger for us. But Womangi Tuka is signed up, so we have 22 million left. But I think that is it. That is all the business that we're gonna do. We're gonna save the money that we have for January, and then maybe we can sell a player from now between then to raise more money. But I think that is it for the transfer window. All right, so that lasted way longer than I thought it would. So we're going to end the episode here. And then in the next one, we're going to make a lot of progress through these probably 3 months, try and end up in December-ish. So like our lack of wide players is almost making me think we should try out a 3 at the back formation. Like if we did a 3-5-2, we could maybe do something like this. Lymer would probably go to the bench. I'm wondering if we should try something like this for the next episode, where we could change Guerrero into a left mid, play Zagadou, Hummels, Jimenez at center back, Can, Witzel at CDM, Brandt at cam, Sancho out right, and then Royce, Haaland up top, Royce as a center forward. I'm wondering if we should do more something like this, just due to the lack of wide players we have on this team. I mean, we could do Sancho up top with Haaland as well, then Royce at cam, Brandt on the right. So there are some things we could do with this lineup, but I think that's what we're going to try next episode, this formation, because I think it might suit us better. So we're going to get Guerrero started on going into a left mid. I think some of you guys said that his overall should go up from that as well, so that should be good for us too. But I think that's it for this episode. I did not realize that we would not have a lot of money, or as much money as we did. But we got to remember, we're not PSG, we're not United, we're not a team with a huge budget. So it'll make this series a little bit more challenging to see what we can do with this team, see what we can achieve. And then we still have some money for January where we could maybe sell a player or two. We'll see how things go. This episode did not go as quite as I wanted it to. A lot of signings left on the table, but that is what happens when you only have so much money. So that is it for this episode. If you guys enjoyed, drop a like on this video, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you guys in the next one. I hope you all have a great day.